Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. All right, so this feels like a live show, but it's not. I was surfing the net earlier and I saw an advertisement from Rakuten, and it was a GMT Master 2 Coke, and the price was really low. And when I saw it, I thought, oh no, as the bubble started to pop, what's up with this cheap GMT? And I jumped over, and it was kind of an interesting ad, and so I thought we'd take a look at this ad, and we can learn a few things from it. All right, so here it is. Here's the piece, and before we look at it, let's just talk about the price. So this was the price that I saw, and this is a pretty competitive price in Japan. In fact, I think this is probably the cheapest GMT in Japan at the moment. This is a tax-free price with tax. Anybody abroad ordering this would be paying this lower price, but anybody within Japan would be getting this price here with the tax. And if you're curious, these are points that you would get to spend at Rakuten, but I much rather just pay the no tax price and forsake the points. But in Japan, that's not an option. All right, so let's look at it. All right, well, I mean, it's a pretty good looking piece, but why is it so cheap? And that's the interesting thing. All right, so it's got a little bit of wear on the bezel, and you can see that it's a tritium piece, and those always tend to fetch not quite as much as the Swiss-made dials. And yeah, that's the first couple things that jump out. But check out this other picture that's included with it. Now this is an invoice from an overhaul that was done about 5 years ago. You can see it was done in 2014, and this actually was the same RSC that I visited yesterday. You can see the model number, and if we scroll down, you can see the price the person paid. That's well over 2,000 USD. And let's look at the breakdown. So first thing, the cost of the overhaul, 45,000 yen. That's about $450. And then 15,000 yen, about 150 USD for sapphire glass, so glass replacement. And then the most interesting thing is this figure here. This is 170,000 yen. That's about, I want to say about $1,700. What for? The middle case. This is quite a replacement. That is this. So this is more modern right here. This is a no-holes case, but the entire case was replaced. So I don't know what happened to it, but the glass, the case, it could have gotten in an accident, shattered, the case could have been marred, but that's quite a well, expensive proposition right there. You've got $500, or sorry, 500 yen, about $5 for the spring bar, I guess a couple of spring bars or so, and then the service cost was about $50, 5,000 yen. All right, so there you go. Let's jump back and look at it in detail, because it is a nice piece in the sense that it's got, the case is really nice, obviously, because it's been replaced. So you can see here, turn it around this way, and you can see those really sharp lugs. Really nice sharp lugs there. I mean, obviously it's a beautiful case. I don't think it's been polished since then. That was probably its last overhaul. And perhaps let's do another one. All right, so Really nice lugs there. You can see the chamfers. Beautiful, right? Well, I don't know about you guys, but that's an interesting thing. I mean, it's a nice piece, but it looks like it's been compromised. Well, you know, it's just had an accident, and that really detracts from its value, that case. That replacement case, and if it didn't have a replacement case, then that would be about 1,000 USD more at least. And yeah, I'm looking at it now, and it looks also as though that these hands are a little lighter than this. I mean, this is tritium. It looks like it's browning a little bit, but the minute hand and the hour hand just look a little bit lighter than the 24-hour hand. And you can also see that the date isn't magnifying correctly, and some of the replacement crystals don't magnify to 2.5 times. Not such a big deal, but that would bother me a bit. But the real issue with this piece is the case. And you guys know how I love unpolished cases, but would I go for something like this? I wouldn't, because the whole reason of having an unpolished case is the collectability, and the fact that this is a replacement case really detracts from its collectability. I mean, I guess there is an argument to be made that, you know, there's something virginal about having, you know, an unpolished piece, be it a service case or an original case, but I think that would always bother me, having the service case, and knowing that if I ever did flip it, that would cost me money. People would expect to pay less for that, and so yeah, it would sort of detract from you know, the pleasure of having an unpolished piece. Anyway, kind of interesting. It's a good looking watch, probably the cheapest GMT in Japan at the moment, but you can see why. And very interesting, the cost of a case. You know, it's tough to get a good answer as to how much a replacement case is, and you know, I guess it depends on the model too, perhaps. But when it comes to the GMT, at least 5 years ago, you know, about 1,700 USD. So by far one of the cheapest, or the cheapest part in the watch, that Oyster case. Anyway, I'm going to put a link to this if you guys are interested in buying it. You know, go for it. Not something I would go for, but good looking piece, nice, but yeah, originality is something we kind of look for. Let me know what you guys think about it. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.